For the next episode of the YouTubers Bunch, we're going to pull a Seinfeld, and we're going to have a show about nothing. So what is happening? We're just going to sit here and we're just going to talk for about 45 minutes because I get a lot of good comments on the... So far, we've done 15 or 16 YouTubers Bunch episodes to date. That does not include the YouTubers Hamfest, by the way. But so far, we've done these, and several people have come along just at kind of in the middle of some and said, man, I just like the ad-lib. I just like when you guys get together and talk about whatever. So we're going to do a Seinfeld today. We're going to say this is going to be a show about nothing. We're just going to sit down and talk about ham radio for 45 minutes. So buckle in, and I hope you enjoy the ride.
Shut up and sit down.
I mean, it's
cool.
It's probably the exact same thing that you set up. I've got the random. The only thing that I don't, I need your opinion on is the, oh, I think Adam just dropped. There he is. Is the counterpoise. Should I put that off, take that off the ground, or can I just lay it on the ground?
Oh, it's good on the ground.
Okay.
I think it actually works better on the ground.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
What was your SW? Yeah, what was your SWR after tune? After you hit the tune button?
Oh, it's 1-to-1.
Okay, well that's good.
Yeah, so I was on 40 and 20, and was on single sideband NCW. 8 watts was about the meat of the RF, and yeah, it's you know how whenever you hit the, I think you've got a KX2, right? So
Correct.
Whenever you hit the tune button, it gives you that instant SWR, like right, I think what it is without the tuner, and then it goes through its cycle and whatnot. It was all of on 20 and 40, and it just got way too hot, and I had to get out of there. It was all less than 3-to-1.
That's good. And you had it directly attached to the rig, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
Did you say that was a SOTA or a POTA, Kyle?
POTA.
POTA. Okay.
Yeah, the closest SOTA summits are like 3 hours away from me.
Same here.
That's a whole...
Same here. Yeah.
Hey, we've got a summit like an hour from me. It's like 72 feet or something like that.
72 feet.
I've got in the middle of some guy's farm. I'm not sure how they managed to call that.
Well, see, and that's what there's the closest. Well, I don't know if it's the closest one, but the one I've been eyeballing. There's a SOTA summit about 2 hours. I think it's about 2 hours west of me, and it's never been activated, and it's not up that high. But yeah, I mean, for Texas, it's not bad. But you look at it on Google Maps, and man, it looks like it's on private property, and I'm like,
this one is on private property that's here, but apparently the dude's cool with you going in there.
Do they not know where they're choosing when they choose those summits, or did they get permission from the people whose property that is?
Yeah, so the summit designation is strictly based on prominence. So to describe prominence, basically if you rose sea level to the point where that peak was an island separated by water from another higher summit, that's your elevation of prominence from that new sea level to the summit. So so if it's got 150 meters or just under 500 feet of prominence, then it counts as an official, quote, SOTA summit. Doesn't mean you can legally access it, but it means it's there.
Right. Yeah. Okay. All right. See, that's a little bit lame because I don't want to drive out there for 2 hours and find out I can't get to where I need to go.
Right.
So
yeah,
and there could be a reason why you look at Adam can add more to this and tell me if I'm full of shit here, but
You're full of shit.
We all knew that already.
yeah.
So there's there's hundreds and hundreds of SOTA peaks in Colorado, Southern California, Arizona, but some of them have 0 activations, and most of them there's 0 activations for a reason.
Yeah.
Well, see, and that's what I've found, because the if you go down to the SOTA map and you drill down to what they call North Texas, which is obviously the designated area was created by someone who doesn't live in Texas, but that's okay. There's a lot of summits out there that are not activated, and I'm like, do people just not think about summits in Texas, or is
No.
there a reason for that? So I got
There's
to
a
do
reason.
I got to do some research. I'm gonna have to
Look
drive out there and just try it. And
See,
Yeah.
they need to make that a summit right there in where Grapevine on is it I-20, where Grapevine goes into not Grapevine, Grand Prairie,
Grand Prairie, yeah,
Duncanville, where I think there's a cross up there on that. That just needs to be a summit,
Yeah.
just because. It's a cool
yeah,
spot.
yeah, because yeah, I was like, oh,
You look down, and it's like, look, interstate.
right, yeah. No, that would be a great place. It'd be easy to get to as well. Oh boy. So okay, Callum's coming on.
I'm about to go get another beer. I'll be back. I'm doing beer therapy instead of coffee today.
Hey, welcome to the club,
Wow,
buddy.
Congratulations.
Oh, I'm in the
Yeah,
club, but
yeah.
I tore the piss out of my legs earlier. So
Sorry about that.
Mm-hmm.
Continue, please.
Oh, we will.
We've got Lord Callan's blessing.
Yeah.
Oh, now we got an all new color for
I
know,
Callum's
yeah,
backdrop.
yeah.
Now,
Purple.
Okay, everyone,
Yeah.
take a screenshot.
Capture it.
yeah,
He's-
go,
he
go,
stepped
go,
away. Take a screenshot.
He turned the lights off. You ain't getting this, boys.
He's turning on his. Oh,
Oh,
there's his
man,
mood
we
light.
coulda had it.
There's his mood light.
Sorry about that.
It's like the DS Commander After Hours. You run it without the purple.
Right.
Without the lighting.
It's 2 a.m. Go home.
Oh my
Right.
God! Look what Jason. What sort of thing are you wearing there, man?
Nice.
This is what I turned up, isn't
Representing,
it?
buddy. Representing. Let me tell you, that's this has been my most popular shirt to date. I think probably because nobody in the USA can get them up until now. So yeah, I mean, Smoking Ape, he's been my second most popular one.
Wow.
But his design's brand new. People have never been able to get a Smoking Ape shirt before now. So
Yeah,
I've still got.
So he's mostly it's be girls who buy his.
Yeah, not so much.
We know.
But
Anyway, let me not crash the party. I wasn't even in field day. I'm just here for the fun of it.
oh, we're
Just
not
to
talking.
annoy you all.
We weren't going to talk about field day.
Okay.
In fact, today, you know what? I couldn't come up with a topic. So I thought about this like yesterday or the day before. I thought about let's do a Seinfeld. Let's do a show about nothing.
I'm really good
Just
at
gonna
that.
talk.
do you do
Everybody
YouTube
just
round
mute your
two?
mic.
We're just talking about nothing about ham radio. Nothing. So
Okay.
whatever nothing about ham radio. I want to talk about Josh going schizophrenic with his background there. Other than that, we can talk about nothing with ham radio.
And
So
it's coming out of his ear, too.
look at him. Look at him. Yeah. all the-
It's like something out of Monty Python.
All the coffee that
I am a big fan of Monty
Steve,
Python.
all the coffee that Steve is not drinking, Josh has now had
Yes.
because that's
Yes.
why he's bumping all over
Coffee
the
stout
screen.
though, at least. So we're on.
I am
Coffee tonight.
over.
Oh boy. Okay. So I thought
Okay, I'd
that.
like to say I bought my first HT,
Ooh.
Oh, congratulations.
a little
FT65.
FT65.
Yeah.
It's just analog. Doesn't
Yeah.
do like APRS and all that and digital.
That
Still a.
ICOM ID51, right? That's on sale right now for a smoking deal.
Is it?
Yeah, 'cause they
and
discontinued
the not the 51. Sorry, 51 is the dual band. The 70 centimeter one. It's on sale right now.
31, Josh.
31, cheap,
31.
real cheap.
Okay.
Yeah, they discontinued the 51.
I got this one because it opens up to PMR446, which is
Yeah.
the UK's little 70 SEMS,
Right.
well, a bit higher than that, 75 SEMS children's band thing.
Children's band.
I like it.
It's good.
Well, then I can give one to Emily and her friend, and they can be Unicorn 1 and Unicorn 2. I could be Unicorn
No,
you
they
go.
need to
Nice.
be Nebula 1 and Nebula 2.
Nebula
Yes.
1 and 2.
That's
There
what
you
they
go.
need to be.
Too.
I
That's
thought
their-
she had
Beat
her
me to
license,
it.
Cal.
Yeah, she does actually, but Hannah doesn't.
Yep. $70 off. $180 right now for this thing.
Oh, really?
It's just a
Josh,
a
what
70
does that
centimeter
do
only.
apart from
It-
having VHF, like
D-Star.
regular?
D-Star.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
D-Star.
D-Star. It's
It's
D-Star.
Just UHF though. Only UHF.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna buy it. I got
It's
a
not a
TikTok I want to make. That I
I'm gonna
need.
buy
a-
it
I
for the
need an-
TikTok.
Right.
I need an ICOM
jeez.
handy talkie because I don't have an ICOM handy talkie.
All right.
Now, you know what? I don't either. I sold my 51A anniversary because I sold my 51A anniversary to help me pay for my D74.
Looks
So-
like they're very low in stock. It's only in stock in a couple locations.
I didn't think that
All
that
the
31
TikTokers.
was even still made.
It is. No
I
joke.
think we've got a new Icom on the way, handheld with
Right.
a colour screen. I think that's what's they're a bit behind the times, you know. So
yeah,
that's what's
Color
gonna
doesn't
happen.
matter for the colorblind.
I got I wouldn't say inside baseball on that thing. It was apparently it hit the FCC for a minute and then it hopped off. So I don't know what that means.
Oh.
Jason, you are recording right now, aren't you?
Yeah. I don't know if
I won't swear.
I'm not. I don't know if we've officially started yet or not, but yes, I'm
This
recording.
is hot B-roll.
Cool.
Hot
Oh,
I was
B-roll.
going to say
Yeah.
I tell you,
that
I've heard.
coffee stout is off the chain good.
Which one is that
Is that
now?
right? Okay.
I picked it up in Louisiana when I was seeing
Okay.
my mom. Reeve, it's
Rev.
Parish Breweries or something like that.
Okay.
Rêve means in French dream.
That one's pretty
Oh, there you
freaking
go.
good right there.
Okay.
So if you drink too much, you're gonna dream.
Dream.
I got to say, I've never met Adam Kimmerly before, so
Yeah. So let me introduce Adam real quick. Adam's not got a great internet connection, so if he bugs out, it's not on your end. It's on his end. But Adam, go ahead and give us a 30-second elevator speech about your channel. Welcome to the group, and the floor is yours for a few seconds.
All right. Well, hey, thanks for having me. Nice to see you guys here. I'm Adam, K6ARK from K6ARK Portable Radio. My channel's focused really primarily on summits on the air and projects related to ham radio. I love building antennas, love building tiny radios in mint tins, and just having adventures in the mountains.
nice picture
Welcome.
you got behind you as
Welcome,
well,
man.
Adam.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
so
fun.
Is that your?
that's-
Did you take that?
Yes, I slept on that summit. It's actually a 360-degree photo, a photosphere at
Okay.
sunrise. And it's this tiny little narrow ridge at about 10,800 feet, just south of Salt Lake City, Utah, about 45 minutes in the mountains there. And I hiked in the evening before, set up my bivvy on the summit with a Yaesu FT857 and contacts all night. It was a good time.
Fantastic.
That's that last one you just made?
No, this was a couple of years ago, actually. It was almost exactly 2 years ago. It's near Mount Nebo, just south of Salt Lake City, popular hiking peak there.
Okay. Cool. Well, hey, man, thanks for joining us. Should be fun, and it's good to have somebody on here who's done more SOTA than I have. So, because I always like to learn myself. But the fishing part of your last video was what got me the most interested. I'm like, oh, I gotta go do SOTA now. I gotta find a breakdown fishing pole that I can put in my backpack, so I could do that.
See, if you have a telescopic pole for your antenna, you already have a fishing pole.
Yeah. See, Mike with the innovation. There you go.
Multi-purpose.
Adam is being a little modest here. He is an official mountain goat.
Mm.
Ooh, I
Awesome.
didn't know
So-
that about you. Very nice.
That's
I mean,
what,
So
that
what's
is
the definition of a mountain goat, Adam?
that's
So a
what
mountain
Jerry was
goat-
going for, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Jerry was trying to do it all unique summits, which I did not do. I did some peaks, multiple times. You can do the same summit only once a calendar year. But basically a mountain goat in SOTA is when you reach 1,000 activator points. And peaks range in points from 1 to 10 points, depending on the elevation within the region you're in. So yeah, I hit mountain goat, I think, about a couple of years ago. And
Right.
the year that I made mountain goat, I actually I had 600 something points in that year and activated 100 summits. So it was,
Wow.
it was a busy year.
This is nuts.
I reckon I could be a mountain pig.
The opposite of the mountain goat is the chaser, or the
Okay.
person sitting at home, and they're known as shack sloths. So you'd
Shack
make a
sloths.
wonderful shack sloth.
Shack sloth.
Very good.
So I guess
I'd
you're cooler than my
meet you.
pygmy goat I've got out back.
Yeah. I would have figured you for a mountain lamb, Callum, but
Meh.
it's always the lamb cam.
Lamb cam.
him and his ice cream.
Right. Yeah.
I've given up ice cream this week, Kyle.
Mm.
You gave it up.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
for a
no
week.
more
Just
ice
for a
cream.
week.
Just for a week, yeah. No, actually, it's about 2 weeks now.
But he'll
No more
have his
snacks, potato crisps. So all this will be. I'll be as Skinny as Josh then.
I'm not skinny.
Oh, good deal. Well,
I was
hey,
actually editing a video and I was building the antenna, and I was looking at myself in the video and I'm like, oh man,
No, no.
I can wait.
you know how many times I've done that? I'm like,
All that,
I know.
all that
oh,
bigger,
I need
man.
to start shooting from here up and leave
Yeah.
out my.
That's
Well,
why you
everyone's
wear black
got that.
shirts.
Everyone's got that COVID 30.
Yeah.
that's what it is.
That's the
Started out as a
excuse.
20,
Yeah,
One way
now
or
it's
the
a
other.
30.
That's a good-
COVID-19.
that's a good excuse. I'll go with that.
Mm.
Sure. Who's doing 13 colonies?
I've got two.
I'm kind of doing it.
Kyle had an active. Like,
Kyle,
whole
I know
shindig.
Kyle's got
Yeah.
clean
Yeah.
sweep on more than one mode.
I've got 5.
I've got two.
As of 30 minutes before the stream, I got a full sweep on CW. So now I'm working on FT8,
Mhm.
and I got a couple on single sideband. Man, the pileups on single sideband, they are 20 and 30 people deep, and
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
6
Oh, yeah.
kilohertz wide.
Yeah.
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 And the ops aren't like contest grade or D-Expedition grade.
And-
Folks,
and-
they're
and
like,
I-
oh, what again? Again? I
Yeah.
can't hear you.
I like how they say one at a time, boys, one at a time.
Yeah. Let
Oh,
me
I
take a
haven't-
ticket.
Wow, I haven't heard of
Calling
that.
number
Definitely
5.
not paying
55.
attention.
Yeah, I haven't heard that before.
I have not
The-
heard
Did
that.
you see that link I sent you to the DX Heat website about
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, that's
Yes,
awesome.
You were looking for K2D on FT8, and he was on CW at that time, so you weren't going to find him. That's why I was like, here, look at the ones that are on FT8, you know?
I see.
I don't
guess
think
you
that
get a
they're
great
all
way to
on
narrow it
FT8. I don't think that I haven't seen. I've worked
They
2 or
aren't.
3 of them on FT8, but I don't think they're all there.
No, they're
Um,
not.
But it'd be nice if they were, just because then you could get a clean sweep. But I was trying to get a clean sweep with sideband, but I've got all of them. I got one on FT4, one on FT8, and I've got the rest of them all on 20-meter upper sideband, but I'm still missing one. I haven't even clean swept it yet. I still need Kilo 2 Charlie. And he was in there. He was on 10 meters a bit ago.
Yeah, there's a couple
And-
guys on 10. Right
Yeah.
now.
And he was doing, he sounded good, but I couldn't, my antenna's a center-fed 20-meter dipole right now, so I couldn't get it to tune that far. I tried, but I'm like, nope, not having it. So maybe if I built my DX Commander, maybe that would fix my problem.
Yeah, I think that'd be a
Get
really
you a
good
couple
idea.
Yeah.
Seems like I've heard that once or twice.
I know,
I
yeah,
know.
yeah.
6 months worth.
Yeah, it's like, it's like I'm just sitting around doing nothing, eating Cheetos all day. What should I be doing?
Well, you had to get that COVID 30.
Yeah, yeah.
Cheetos are pretty awesome in your defense.
Yeah, that's why I can't stop eating them, because I don't do
Or
anything else but
pretzels.
sit around and eat Cheetos all day.
Got to be the jalapeno
So-
Cheetos, though.
Those are good
Yeah,
too.
those are kind of weak.
Those are good too. So, well,
Eating
good.
Cheetos and doing touchscreen on the 7300 is
There you go. There you go.
It'll make for a long day.
My screen's got an orange tint to it, ICOM. Can you fix this under warranty?
Right.
you had Cheeto fingers.
So Pascal, they had Canada Day, a Canada Day HF contest up there. I know it was on July 1st. I didn't look it up to see how long it lasted.
Well, I didn't participate, and
Okay.
I'm actually in vacation with the family, so
Ah,
and was doing other things.
was it just one day? Was that contest just one day?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know because I don't do much contests anyway.
Okay.
So, but
Well-
sometimes I like to.
I misspeak all the time. It's not really as I understand. 13 Colonies is not a contest. As I understand it, Canada Day wasn't either. It's a special event.
Yeah.
It's a special event. It's not a contest. So there is a difference for those who don't know HF. There is a difference between a contest and a special event. Special events just basically you make contact with whatever station there is out there, and then you can get a certificate or a special QSL card or something like that for a special event call sign. Contest actually you score points. But
But when there's a contest or a sweepstake or something,
Yeah.
it's a good time to test your antenna because there's a lot of activity, so you can
Yes.
can go around the band. So I like to do that a lot, but I don't QS so much in that period. But
Okay.
I do listen a lot and test the antenna and everything. So
that's
it's good. Now there's not a lot of activity. Well, not too bad. Hold on a second, so you can see it.
Oh, there you go.
So that's not too.
Is that Expert SDR? What is that?
Yes, that is the Expert Electronic MB1. Hold on a second. It's I got my switcher, Callum. as you can see. So this is the MB1.
Okay.
So you can see it on the screen right here as well.
Okay.
I got a splitter feeding this thing here. So
I got the guys at somehow they found me and they emailed me and they said, "Hey, would you review this radio?" And I said, "Sure, why not?" So this came like yesterday, or no, like Friday.
it's actually
so
the
this is
same
the-
software.
Yeah, it's the
Okay.
same software. Yeah.
Same software, but the MB1's got a special interface. So if you go on it, hold on a second. I come here, and you will have this interface. That's the one you will get.
Okay.
Is it
Okay, so
transmit?
but
Is it just a receiver?
oh, it transmits.
It's a
and it
transceiver. It's a
receives. They have
transceiver.
some. They have some SDR that's only receivers, but the one you got there is the.
Yeah.
It's the Pro version. I think it's
This is the-
100 watts or 20 watts.
This is the QRP version.
Okay.
I did have, for a short period of time, I did have the 100-watt version. That thing is, holy cow, that thing's like, it's like a brick. It's got a huge heat sink and fan on top of it. It looks like a really big computer CPU. Like the radio, the heat sink and the fan looks like think of the CPU in your desktop and then multiply it by 4. And that's what it looks like. I'm like, what the heck is this thing? But that's what it was. And you plug it in and you're like, is it on? And you look and the fan spinning, you can't hear it at all. I'm like, well, okay, that's good. Because I thought it was going to be like a wind turbine.
And I don't know if technically if it's the same radio. I think there's probably more components in their flagship MB1. Because
Yeah.
as you can see, it's a computer. This is a Windows 10 computer.
Right.
So,
I
but when
I saw that at
when-
Hamvention, I think, a couple years ago.
yeah, so
Huh.
I think it's been 2 years since I have it. What I like, it's a computer, so it's got an HDMI port, so I can stream the audio as well. I don't know if you can hear the audio now.
Yeah.
So
cool.
And that is pretty cool. So you get the audio out of the HDMI, so I can use the switcher and do live QSO and go with a macro like this. Hold on a second. I'm gonna turn that on. I've been playing with that for the past few days.
That is very nice looking software.
And see, I can activate a picture in picture. Hold on a second. I got to recall. There you go. So then I have this camera here that I can switch around. So anyway, it's pretty cool. With being a computer, you can do many things. You can do recording, you can do screen capture. When I did the review, I was actually using OBS to capture the screen. And
cool.
And that was very good. So.
Nice. Yeah, they I tinkered around with it for a little bit and I like it. I'm used to Smart SDR from Flex Radio, so it's a bit different from that, but I could tell that there's a lot that I wasn't doing with it that I could tell that I'm like, man, this is a pretty deep program and it'd take you a while to learn how to use everything. But
yeah, especially the part about the audio interface.
Yeah.
Because it's like adding an audio rack into this thing. So if you hold on a second. What I wanted to do. I go. That's not the one. Oh, that's a YouTube. There you go. So you have. I don't know if you can see well.
Yeah.
Anyway. So you have, hold on, you have the processor here.
Yeah.
You got some filters. You got a noise gate included in it.
Oh, that's
You got
nice.
a compressor. You got the limiter. You got the full parametric equalizer that you can actually change the center frequencies. You can.
And this is all on transmit, Pascal.
What?
This is on transmit.
Yeah, this is on transmit. Or you have an EQ on receive as well. Okay.
I like the noise gate and the compressor. That's
And you-
custom code processor. That's nice.
And you know, if I compare with the 7610 here, 7610s, you have bass and treble.
Yeah.
So even if you don't do any adjustment, the audio is okay. But you can fine tune a little, but not too much, so you would scrap your audio. With this one, you can scrap your audio. It can be terrible, okay? But it can be very good as well. So but you need to take the time to do the adjustment.
What's it set you back? How much is it?
I think it's about 5,500 USD.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now we're talking.
Yeah, they're
I actually sold my TS990 at some point when I bought the Icon, but it's about the same range of price.
Yeah.
Their Sun SDR units are a little pricey as well for what they are. I'm not saying they seem to be very well built and very good quality units, but it's definitely out of the ballpark of the sub $1,000 IC 7300 range.
Mm-hmm. Especially you have all those radio here, and my ear cannot hear the difference. If I can hear the station on one radio, I can hear on the other. But they're all good radio. They're all, still modern and new radio that you can buy new. But if I compare with my old FT 3000, the FTDX 3000 that I had in the past,
oh yeah,
it was not the same. I can see that I could hear the difference when I moved to the TS990. So the noise floor is a lot lower with those new radios, especially with SDR.
Yeah. So what? Yeah, yeah, I hear what you're saying. Callum, what are you using when you're on 80 meters on your stream all the time? I should know this, but
the radio?
Yeah, the radio.
That's a 990.
It is a
remote
990.
into it.
Okay. I was thinking that you had some kind of big dog like that, but I couldn't remember which one it was. I was thinking it was a
big dog.
I was thinking it was a 7851, but I was like, no, he doesn't have an ICOM. So
I wouldn't have an ICOM. Good Lord. I mean, I'm sponsored by Kenwood. Everybody knows that. In fact, where's my monthly check?
Right. Yeah. I'm sure we all have monthly checks, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So.
I love all the radios, so that's not a problem for me.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Me too, Pascal. Me too.
What,
You
said checks, you meant bills, right?
Right.
Yeah. Well, and that, yeah, good point.
Yeah.
But I mean, all these radios above, a couple of $1,000 anyway.
Yeah.
They're all pretty good, right?
Oh yeah.
You can,
But the TS990
once you're up there.
Radio.
Yeah.
I had the two speaker. I think it was 36 inches wide.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
That
Wow.
Yeah.
just
So
looks
you're
so
saying
good.
it's a little too much radio for Adam?
Oh no! I would have kept it, but you can. I have already a lot of radios.
There are-
So.
The
My wife
TS
says there's no room anymore.
the TS990 is about 6,500 here in the States.
Yeah.
And 2 or 3 years in a row, Main Trading Company out there in Paris, Texas, they did a giveaway and they gave one away. Just to like a raffle thing during they do this what they call homecoming days. They do it once a year. They didn't do it last year, but they'd done it for like 12 years before that. And everybody comes out there to Paris, which there's nobody in Paris, so the city of Paris gets a shot in the arm because everybody's renting hotels and whatnot.
Everybody goes to the McDonald's.
Yeah. Well,
So
there's actually some good Mexican joints out there, but Kenwood donated a TS990 to give away, so you'd have people show up in droves buying raffle tickets to win this $6,500 radio. So I'm like, man, that's freaking cool.
So a radio that costs you and me $6,500. How much does it cost Kenwood to produce, and how much do they? I mean, they probably get that in revenue. Hey, we're giving away a radio. This radio exists. Hey, you should buy one too. Yeah. But does that radio cost Kenwood $300, $500 to produce? $1,000? Like, what is the markup on something like that?
What I've heard is that the amateur radio business is basically a 10% business. After you figure costs of paying all the engineers and whatnot, that's
all your conversion costs.
Yeah, so
for the
it's not like they're not making $4,000 on a radio because
not big margins.
I think that's true for your IC 7300. I think that's probably true. For the bigger dogs like that, I bet I wouldn't be surprised to see it's a little bit more than that.
I think it's maybe they have a long time before they get the return on investment building a radio like this because it's not a TV. It won't sell millions. So it will take several years. So that's why they keep the radio on the market for a long time so they can. But at some point, you get some old radio with a lot of parts in it because there's not SDR, so everything is physically into the box. And then you at some point you will get some radio that will outperform them after a few years for a lot less because they require less components because they're SDR and process is done by a computer. So this is the what's going on right now. So some radio like the 7700, which is a good radio, but
Yeah.
it's been launched in 2007 or something like that, but it's still very expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder what their volume is, total sales on the 990 like that, and compare that to say like an IC 7300. It's got to be like 1,000 to 1 or 10,000 to 1 ratio.
But the
I've heard they
dealer's
make
not
a lot of their
making-
money on accessories.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
That's right. The dealer's not making much at all.
No, the
not
dealers.
on these big radios.
The
They'd be
dealers
lucky
don't
to
make
get in
much,
5 to 10%
Right.
on the big radios.
But
In
the
this
good-
country, anyway, I know that.
That's,
You know,
that's the same
for
up
a
here.
big radio like this, I bought mine used in 2015, so you get a good deal. So I saved like $2,500 buying it used.
Yeah.
And it was like new, and I sold it 3 years later for about the same price. So
Yeah.
As long as you know
was
what
good.
to look for, which was it, Kyle or Rob, one of y'all that had the buyer beware on buying used gear at Hamfests. The Hamfests.
Rob.
Oh, that was Rob.
Yeah, I mean,
from
when
someone
you're,
I know. Yeah.
when you're buying something like that, it's a little scary. I like to buy stuff like that from somebody I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I did.
I've seen stacks of the old 706, ICOM radar that I wanted, but you never know. I mean, when they've got 4 or 5 of them sitting there, it's like.
And I've noticed, I talk bad about, sometimes I'll talk bad about QRZ, but one of the good things about QRZ is that if you're buying stuff on the swap pages, everybody's call sign is on there. So generally speaking, people don't want to sell you a lemon and then have you come back on there and blast them. So it's kind of a little bit safer, in my opinion, than buying something like off of eBay or whatever.
Yeah.
There are scams though out there.
Oh
on
yeah,
QRZ, so
yeah,
be
yeah.
careful.
There are scams. That's true. Yes.
I had a
but-
guy email me. He emailed me and said, "Oh, I have the radio you're looking for," and he used images from past sales to show that he had it, and said, "Here's what I'm looking for. Send me the money." So be careful.
Yeah.
I bought my first 706 off of swap.qth.net or whatever that is. And it was from a guy. Well, I bought it from a guy in Texas, actually, as it turned out. But I found one, and a guy overseas was like, I want to say he was in the UK, but I can't remember. I just remember he was overseas. And he was like, yeah, I've got this radio, here it is. And he sent me a bunch of pictures. I'm like, that's cool. I was like, can I pay you with PayPal? And he's like, no, I can't take PayPal because they we had a bad experience with them one time a few years ago, and like they refunded a customer, and even though I had shipped the radio, and he gave me this big long story, and I'm like, I've had a PayPal account for like 25 years. I pretty much know how PayPal works in and out, and I'm like, when I hear people say that, that tells me that they don't know how to ship stuff with the tracking number.
Yeah.
I mean, that's basically it. I'm like,
Yeah,
no.
my friend John, KB10YB, he's always buying and selling on QTH, and he has good luck, but he sticks with PayPal.
Mm-hmm.
Usually the people that are dealing with PayPal, they understand how it works, and they're
Right.
not going to scam you. It's not a guarantee, but he's had excellent luck with that.
Right. No, it's not a guarantee, but it's definitely a safety net because, like, if you sell something and someone files a claim saying, "Well, I never got this item," and you have a tracking number, you say, "Here's a tracking number, here's the address it was shipped to, and here's the delivery. It proves it was delivered." PayPal will come back and say, "Okay, we find in your favor." Then I've had that happen to me a few times.
When I sell a radio or I buy a radio, I try to have the person come to my QTH so they can try the radio before they leave. And
That's
I
a good
try to
idea,
do
too.
the same if I can. So I buy local, I look on the internet, buy used, but in my region where I can actually go see and try the radio before I pay the money.
So in the US, then, what's the best way of dealing with a dealer? Is it best to like phone them up and say, "Look, I want a 7300, I want this, I want some coax, I want this microphone. Can you price it up and call me back with the best deal?" I mean, that's what I'd do.
Yes.
Right? I mean,
Yes.
rather than just phone them up and saying, because as a dealer, they're going to want all the little bits, aren't they? Oh, he wants a microphone. There's a better margin on that, So I could discount the 7300 if he buys this, and
Make
this.
it look better. It's like a car salesman,
Yeah.
So there's a thing that do you guys know what a MAP is? MAP, a minimum advertised price.
Oh.
You ever heard of
Okay,
that?
this is new. No.
Okay. So most manufacturers, ICOM, Kenwood, Yaesu, some of the Chinese guys are starting to do this. Most of them will have what's called a minimum advertised price.
Right.
This is why you find the Anytone 878 radios the same price everywhere. Okay? Because Anytone says, if you want to sell our radio, you have to sell it for this price. Now, that's a minimum advertised price. That's why when you go to Hamfest, you'll see them cheaper. But if you look on people's websites, they're all the same price. So it depends on the dealer, and it depends on the manufacturer is what it does. And I've seen some manufacturers pull from a couple of these yahoos that say they're dealers and they sell on Facebook. But yeah, so they have, but oftentimes, I'm not going to name who it is, but it's the one I was just talking about a few minutes ago. Oftentimes, if you call these guys up, they will give you a deal over the phone that they can't legally, or that they're not permitted to advertise
and publish it, but they can
publish it, right? Because there's usually nothing in they're not bylaws, but the agreements that you can't put sales on these items or sell them at a cheaper at a Hamfest. You just can't advertise it.
Yeah.
At lower than a price, but you can certainly sell it at that lower price. So it depends on the brand, depends on the manufacturer, depends on all this other stuff. But yeah, if you call them on the phone, a lot of times you can get a better price than just ordering directly from the website where everything's the same price. Everybody's, they don't know who you are, that kind of thing. So
Yeah.
See, in the UK, we've only got. Sorry, Rob, go ahead, mate.
Oh no, I was just saying. Yeah, if you go to the store too, that's what the local guys do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
We're talking about stores, then. I mean, we've only got 3 or 4, 5 stores in the UK, really.
So you've got Moonraker and who else?
There's Moonraker. I'll get told off now because I'll miss one out, won't I? There is a company called Moonraker who started off, a fella called Charles. He started off selling CB kit. Really, that's where he came from.
Yeah.
And he does a lot with truckers, 24-volt systems, kettles and microwaves and all that stuff. But he does do ham and CB and hobbyist RF stuff. Martin Lynch is probably, I don't know if it's number one, but he's my number one. There's a Nevada, a Walters and Stanton, Radio World. Then there's a few others that sort of... Lamco, yes, that's right, Chris.
Okay.
And that's it, really. But in the US, it's like you got 30, 40, 50, or...
No, it's not really. There's half
for all
dozen.
Canada, I think we have 2. And closest to me, the store the closest to me is Radio World in Toronto, so it's a 6-hour drive.
Right.
Oh, wow.
There might be some
It's difficult to tip up then in the motor, isn't it?
There may be some little mom and pop stores kind of scattered about and you'll see these guys at like Hamvention every year, but other than that, you don't really ever hear, or I don't ever hear from them.
There's
really
nowhere
only
close in St. Louis.
Like 5 different companies maybe, but they've got stores in different states.
Yeah.
Well, there's
X Engineering's in Ohio. I think
Yeah.
Ham Radio Outlet's got a bunch of different stores. Hopefully they're going to open one in Detroit. They should.
I think R&L just has that one place now.
Yeah, R&L's only in...
R&L's one,
place in
Main
Ohio.
Trading Company's one spot. Well, they actually have a second spot now that's kind of a part-time spot.
Gigaparts. They've got a few locations.
Yep.
And does
That's about
MFJ have a showroom where you can go and buy stuff?
Not really a showroom. It's when you walk
It's
in.
a warehouse.
You can walk in and buy stuff,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not like a showroom where you can walk. I mean, they'll take you to the back to look around. And I've been,
right.
But
Come here to the back. We'll
that's
get
what it is. It's like you go through the door through the little hallway, and
right.
you're seeing the guys. You're seeing folks solder stuff together at the same time while he's digging through a bin looking for an antenna. It's a cool place, but there's not a showroom.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, here in New England, we used to have a nice place right down the road from the league, but they went out of business. So now we got a 2-hour drive to New Hampshire. HRO is the closest place. But
What place was that, Rob?
it was called Lentini's Electronics. They were a ham radio and CB radio dealer forever, but they went out of business a few years ago.
I've never heard of that one.
But now we'll make a road trip to New Hampshire a couple times a year. Go up to HRO.
I went there a few times as well. It's the closest HRO to me as well. Yeah.
Oh, really?
About the same, yeah, it's about the same drive to going to Toronto, I believe.
Oh, no kidding.
6 or 7, yeah. From Montreal, it's not that far.
Have you ever been to Nearfest? Did you ever go to Nearfest?
No.
Okay. Yeah, that's the ritual for us. There's
I've heard
a big
that was a good show.
ham fest in New Hampshire, and you go to the ham fest and you stop at HRO on the way back.
You know, I have
just in case you had a little money left with you.
Yeah, just in case.
One of my dreams is when I retired is doing all the big Amfests in North America. Drive with the motorhome, go to Florida in January, and then, you know, just move from one Amfest to another. And my wife's willing to do that too. So
yeah, my wife said the same thing. She's like, hey, you know, we've got a camper now. So she's like, yeah, let's go cruise around. Like, she's open to Quartz Fest. And
nice.
I mean, she actually looked yesterday at the front of the truck, and she's, you know, I mounted that 70 or that ICOM Ray 5100 in there, and I've got one of those little cell phone mounts, and it stays on that little cell phone mount. She looked at it, and she goes, you can fit 3 or 4 radios on this dash with that. I'm like, score.
That's awesome.
Do it before she changes her mind.
Right.
We're not giving her that option there.
Hey,
I did have an HF in my motorhome at some point, but it's so noisy in there with all the, you know, the dishes and everything. So it's terrible while driving. It's not safe.
We have not heard yet from Sterling. He's down there in the bottom corner of my screen. So, what have you been up to?
Just chilling here. Sore. I just got back from a float trip, camping, whatnot. So I'm just hanging out, yawning. So not that you guys are boring or anything.
Did you do any operating?
Well, yeah, I got some. The only operating I did really was a couple of. I got K2G, and one other, either C. I have to look at my log. I've already forgot. And then I went off and did some floating. So I tried to do FT8, but the computer I brought just decided to totally broke. Won't turn on, won't post.
Floating.
Oh,
you know, what is floating?
It's broken. Floating on a river.
Getting in an inner tube and just kind
of. What we do out here in the.
Okay.
This is like
this
is our entertainment.
To drink a lot of beer.
Yeah, it's an excuse to.
You float slowly down a river and get hammered drunk.
It's like the opposite of the rapids.
In California and in the West, it's called whitewater rafting.
We have angry water. We don't have
there goes the neighborhood.
soft water.
Get the swear jar out.
Right.
Yeah. The swear jar needs to come out.
The floating term here is like for fishing. They float tube.
And there's times where you actually have to take your inner tube and walk it, you know, down the stream and put it back into the stream so you can float some more. And
what do you call an Uber when you get to the end and just have to take you to the back? Or what do you do?
Buddy, we don't even have cell signal at the end. Like
there's buses.
This is out there. This is in the Mark Twain Forest.
It's prearranged. You rent
you get on a school bus, and this scary guy who you don't know the history of and you don't want to know takes you
Otto
on
from The Simpsons is
70-mile-an-hour bus
you back up.
I picture Ernest P. Worrell driving the Camp Kankakee school bus.
How long are you floating before you have to get into the death bus?
All day.
You start on the bus, they take you to the put-in, and then you float all day. We did 7 hours.
Wait, it
6
takes
miles.
you 7 hours to get from the start to the end?
That's why it's called floating. It's not rapids. That's why it's called floating.
And when Sterling says we, it's him and Burt Reynolds.
You just drink and you drink and you jump off the side.
Eastbound and down.
It's actually only about a quarter of a mile. That's the
there. You pull over a lot on the sandbars and just, you know, that's where you eat lunch and just hang out, get out of the water. Yep.
It actually sounds like it's a lot of fun.
It's so fun. It's the only thing to do around here.
There are
is the river equivalent to Lake Havasu.
Yeah. We don't have much in the way of beaches. We do have Lake of the Ozarks, huge lake, and everyone goes down there. But the other option is floating on the river.
Well, everyone knows Lake of the Ozarks because of the COVID shot. That one bar that was just jam packed, butts to nuts.
Yep.
So okay, well.
All right, well, let's go.
Yeah, Bob, K6UDA. Good afternoon, brother. What's going on, buddy? Why don't you tell us about your we're doing a Seinfeld episode. This is a show about nothing. We've just been talking. So
Really?
yeah, it's pretty cool.
He's got all his notes there. Look.
I've got all kinds of things to say about nothing.
Oh, okay.
Bob, we know about that, mate.
How goes the house hunting, man? How goes the move that you've been working on?
Oh my lord, that is it is painful.
Yeah.
It's man, trying to buy a house in Idaho is like it's like shopping for guns on eBay. It's like crazy.
Wow.
People post a house, or they list a house for sale. It gets put up there on Zillow and Redfin and all those other places, and it is literally gone within hours.
Wow.
They know you're from California, and they see you looking at that, and they just quickly change it to sold, so it's no longer available for you.
That's it. That's why I have my brother-in-law who already lives there. Shopping. But no, it's kind of crazy. Everything that we like is sold in a matter of hours, and I'm just not going to buy a house over the internet. Sight unseen.
I get it. You can do it.
So
you can do it, but I ain't gonna.
It's risky.
No, I don't blame you.
Bob, were you went to Oregon a few weeks ago? Were you also looking up there, or have you decided for sure on Idaho, or how's that going?
Idaho is my preferred location. I've got a friend with a lot of infrastructure up in Oregon.
Okay.
So it's in consideration. You could get more. I could get more for my money. But yeah, Idaho is the preferred location. I don't know.
Cool.
It's it definitely, doing this house hunting thing and putting this house on the market definitely killed my YouTube career.
Yeah, I noticed you haven't been, but you did one. Yeah, I saw you pop up with a live stream last week. I think it was.
Yeah, and then I put up my Friday video.
Yeah.
This last week, but I'll tell you what, man, it's crazy when they say take a week off of YouTube and you go away. They punish you. They really do.
Yeah.
Go on, tell us about that, Bob. What do you mean?
The recommended views, the everything just gets crushed.
Really?
Oh,
stalls.
It is unbelievable.
And if you don't post for a month, they remove your ads or they remove your money.
Yeah,
No,
I mean,
you need to keep, I think it's 30,000 views per month to monetize your video, something like that.
Well, they'll still monetize it for you, but you're not going to get the money. You got to keep it going every month.
Yeah, it's.
I've been more than a month without posting and didn't have any problem with that. I don't post very often, so.
Right.
And I don't have any problem. But the views certainly drops when you don't have new things on. So that's for sure. Everything's dropped and it's slowly going down.
Oh yeah, but I mean, and that was just 2 weeks. It was nuts.
Wow.
So now I'm way behind the 8 ball trying to play catch up.
You need a few in stock, Bob.
Yeah.
I would
you should
love
borrow
to
some
have a
videos
few
from
in
Jason.
stock. Huh?
Maybe you should borrow some videos from Jason.
I should. I mean,
got some.
Jason, you are killing it.
Yeah.
I am. I'm impressed, man.
Yeah.
How
But,
many videos are you up to for this year, Jason?
For this year,
Yeah.
I'd have to go look. I don't know.
You've been on it.
But I mean, I've posted all of the videos from the Hamsai event in March, and that was like 35 videos, something like that. They're all real short. And then, so it's not like all these episodes that I'm sitting down and recording and editing each one. I mean, there was a lot of editing that went into the Hamsai, but I just recorded what they were presenting. I didn't actually do anything on camera myself. So it saved a little bit of time, but yeah, if you include all that, I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm over 100 for the year.
Wow.
So
But your subscribers are rising like crazy.
I know
because
it,
you're
yeah.
around 40,000 and you were like 34 2 weeks ago or something like that.
it wasn't 2 weeks ago, but yeah. I mean, it's going.
Well, maybe a month. I don't know.
Yeah,
So
yeah, it's going well.
Yeah.
So
it's going good.
I'm not complaining. I just don't.
It's all related to work. If you
I'm
want
just-
results, you need to work. You need to do
Oh, right.
video.
Right.
Yeah.
Totally. Nothing's come easily
Yeah.
in life. So, yeah.
Whatever you
That's-
focus on expands.
That's right.
Definitely.
That's right. Well, guys, we've been going for about 50 minutes, and I think we'll probably cut out the first 5 or 10 minutes or something like that, and I'll record an intro and put this all together. I think this is fun. I get a lot of really good comments from people about they like just the ad-libbing. So I thought, might be a cool thing to do. If you want to, we can all take a 5-minute break and come back and talk about a subject. If anyone wants to come up with an idea, we can just make it happen on the fly. So
Well, Wendy and I are going to watch the telly in 8 minutes' time. So I'll bow out of the next one, Jason.
What's the telly?
So you might want to change your frigging t-shirt.
yeah, I'll put a K6 UDA t-shirt on.
Yeah, I would.
So
There you go. I need the advertising right now.
Yeah, me too, man.
Jason, thank you very much for choosing me as your special little man tonight.
Yes. Thank you very
I'm not sure
much,
how I feel
Callum,
about
for
that.
thanks, Callum, for the support of supplying all the YouTubers bunch with backgrounds for their green screens. I do really appreciate the efforts you've put into making all of us green screen worthy.
Yeah.
So there goes Mike.
Wait, let me talk to this mic.
Oh, yeah, it's Mike,
yeah. There's everybody now.
That's right.
All right,
Can
good
you
deal.
smell the room, Mike?
It's a little off. Yeah.
Yeah. I'd like to see you turn off that purple light in the background, Mike, and make it to where with the white light, like Callum started the video.
Yeah, we can do that.
I just don't want to.
No, I want to see Mike do it. It's great. All right, guys, we're gonna shut it down. Like I said, let's just take a break. Everybody get a refill, and we'll come back and we'll figure out something. There's plenty in ham radio to talk about, so we'll do. Everybody's welcome to stick around if you got to go. That's cool, also. But 73, thanks for watching. Put your comments below for the video for those folks watching on YouTube. Check out all the channels below because everybody's channel is linked below. And you're probably not going to find as good a channel as mine. Maybe Josh. But no, I'm kidding. Everybody's channel here represents something different in ham radio. We all do ham radio, but there's so many different areas of ham radio that you watch mine, you watch Bob, you watch Callum, you're going to get a different genre niche within a niche of ham radio every time. So 73 guys, thank you for watching, and we will see you on the next episode.
73.
73.
7-3.